Hey you, get ready for a revelation that might shake your beliefs and transform your perception of the divine forever. Have you ever thought that there are people whom not even God can save? Yes, you heard right. Today we are going to unveil the 5 types of people who face this shocking reality according to the scriptures. If you value truth, you can't miss this. Stay with me, because what we are going to explore is deep and explosive, ready to challenge everything you've heard so far. We live in an era where the mysteries of faith meet human curiosity. This video is an invitation for us to unravel together a topic as profound as it is intriguing: the people who, regardless of everything, cannot achieve salvation. Now, it's important to note that the intent is not to judge, but to understand and reflect on our own lives and choices. To do this, we will start from a solid biblical foundation and investigate its implications today. So prepare yourself with an open mind and attentive heart. The unbelievers. Let's begin our journey by understanding the first group, those who cannot believe in the birth, death, and resurrection of Christ. Why is this faith so crucial? Unbelief is a direct impediment to connecting with God's greater plan. Might you, or someone you know, be closing off to this divine gift? Through biblical accounts, we will uncover the devastating impact of a lack of faith. The Bible often highlights the importance of faith as an essential pillar of spiritual life. It's not just a personal belief, but a vital connection, aligning us with the greater purpose God has for us. Faith in the birth, death, and resurrection of Christ is not just a doctrine to be accepted. It is the foundation that transforms our existence, allowing us to experience grace and redemption. The biblical stories are filled with individuals who found the light of faith after long periods of doubt, showing us all that the path of belief is not only possible, but incredibly transformative. By opening ourselves to the possibility of faith, we take the first and most significant step toward a life connected to the divine. Those who seek other paths. This group includes those who try to reach salvation by their own merits or through other religions and beliefs. But why does the Bible reinforce that Jesus is the only safe way? Let's discuss the reasons for this exclusivity and how it reflects in the lives of thousands of people around the world. The search for salvation through other paths often arises from a human desire to control one's own destiny, to believe that our efforts and good deeds can guarantee us a place in the kingdom of heaven. However, the Bible is clear in emphasizing that divine grace is not something that can be acquired or deserved by our own hands. Jesus is presented in the scriptures as the sole mediator between God and humanity, the one who, through his sacrifice, offers a way to reconcile with the Father. This exclusivity is not an imposed limitation, but an invitation to total trust in a grace that has already been fully granted through Christ. By recognizing that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, people around the world find a hope that transcends any personal merit, offering a purpose rooted in what Christ has already accomplished. The hypocrites. Here we have one of the most mentioned types in the sacred texts. People who appear pious, but whose hearts are far from God. The danger of hypocrisy lies not in mere appearance, but in the deviation from true faith and devotion. We will hear life stories and examples of how hypocrisy can undermine our spiritual path. Spiritual hypocrisy is a persistent threat because it often involves a convincing facade of devotion, while internal motives remain misaligned with Christ's teachings. This dissonance does not go unnoticed. It erodes spiritual integrity and the genuine relationship that should exist between the believer and God. In the Gospels, Jesus frequently criticized the Pharisees, not for their religious practice per se, but for how they turned devotion into spectacle, seeking human recognition instead of true communion with the divine. This critique is a powerful reminder that religious practices are not an end in themselves, but a means to draw nearer to God with sincerity. In the spiritual journey, it is vital that the confession of faith is accompanied by actions and feelings that reflect love, humility, and an authentic quest for spiritual growth, turning hypocrisy into genuine spiritual integrity. The indifferent to the gospel. Indifference is one of the greatest spiritual challenges of modernity. When we become apathetic to the message of salvation, we put our faith at risk. Why is it so important to care, and how can we rekindle the flame of spiritual passion in our lives? This section is crucial to understanding our role as messengers of faith. Indifference to the gospel is notoriously dangerous because it creates an insidious disconnection that can go unnoticed until it becomes nearly irreversible. In a world overloaded with information and distractions, it is easy for the message of salvation to get lost in the noise of daily life. This apathy is not just a state of mind, but a condition that gradually weakens the bond with God, depriving life of the vitality and purpose that an active faith promotes. To combat indifference, it is crucial to cultivate a devotional practice that keeps us centered on the Word and the promises of God. Engaging with a faith community can rekindle spiritual passion, offering mutual support and renewing commitment to the gospel. As messengers of faith, we are called to live consciously and intentionally, demonstrating through our daily actions that the gospel is an inexhaustible source of love and personal renewal. The spiritually dead. Finally, we find those who are only physically alive. Here the call is urgent: how to avoid an existence without purpose and connection with God. We will explore how to revive our spirituality and what to do to avoid becoming part of this group. The condition of being spiritually dead is one of the hardest to discern, as at first glance, everything might seem normal in daily life. These individuals might be functional in their daily routines, but inwardly, there is an absence of meaning and a deep disconnection from the divine purpose. Without a spiritual anchor, life can quickly become a cycle of survival instead of a journey of growth and discovery. To avoid falling into this trap, it is crucial to cultivate a daily and intentional relationship with God. This can be done through prayer, meditation on the scriptures, and engaging in acts of service that reflect the compassion and love of Christ. Participating in faith communities and continuously seeking spiritual development are also effective ways to ensure that spirituality not only survives, but flourishes within us, thus preventing us from becoming spiritually dead. Through this inner revitalization, we find true meaning and fully live the life given to us. So what do you think? Throughout this video, we've seen how each of these types of people faces their own challenges regarding salvation. The message is clear. There is still time to reassess our spiritual journey and make the necessary changes to live in fullness with God. And no matter how difficult the path may seem, remember that faith and hope are our greatest allies. If this video made you think or changed the way you see faith, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. This helps us continue bringing relevant and prophetic content to you. Also, why not check out the next video popping up on your screen? A new intriguing topic that will surely interest you. Until next time, and may God bless your journey.